Alright, laptops for working professionals are pretty confusing, like Intel or AMD, integrated or dedicated graphics card. How much RAM should you get, and most importantly, what should be the budget? Because see, working professionals have the money, but they don't want to buy the wrong specs. Well, this all new HP ProBook 445 G11 could be the answer. Comes with Ryzen 7 CPU, 16GB RAM, and we have been using this laptop for a few days now, like testing it, running all the benchmarks so that we can give you our personal opinion and answer one simple question: which is the best laptop for business professionals? Now, before we get into the heavy stuff, let's unbox it once again. If this is the first time buying a laptop, here's what you get inside the box. The laptop, the charging brick. Oh, by the way, this is Type-C. Gaming laptops have other stuff like stickers and all of that, but you don't get these with non-gaming laptops. And by the way, this video is made in collaboration with HP and AMD. They sent us this laptop, but we have tested it fully and the benchmarks and opinions are ours. Now, to keep things short and simple for you guys, I'll be talking about the important thing that most professionals care about. Like, the first would be portability, because you would be carrying a laptop daily to work, and in that regard, I would say this HP laptop is a good choice. Like, I'll share a personal experience. So I travel to work daily on my Aether and I use this blue bag. Like, I've been carrying this laptop in this bag, and this is not a typical laptop bag. But again, it didn't feel heavy or uncomfortable in this bag, and there are two practical reasons for this. Number one, see, it is less than 1.5 kg, which is like the sweet spot for a productivity laptop. And number two, though you get this charging brick, you don't have to carry it all the time, because laptop charges via Type-C port. So every time I wanted to use it at home, I would just connect my phone's charger and I was good to go. More on this in just a moment. My point being, commuting with this laptop is a breeze. Sayan wrote this line and he feels it's very Gen Z. And since we are on the subject of design, the build quality of the laptop is decent too. Like the silver color with the classic HP branding in the center, looks minimal and professional. On the bottom you have the intake vents, cold air gets from here, and you have the exhaust right below the hinge. And on the topic of the hinge, it is sturdy. Like, of course, if you're using it on the desk, there is no wobble. But even if you use it on your lap, there is very minimal wobble. The only nitpick I have over here is this: it doesn't really open with one hand. Like, even if I try, it doesn't. Another thing that is pretty important for professionals are ports. Like, I don't want to carry my dongles around. And I'm happy to say that this laptop has most of the necessary ports, and I'll stress on most. Because see, on the left you have one HDMI port, Type-A USB 3 port, two Type-C Thunderbolt port, and the trusted headphone jack. On the right you get another Type-A USB 3 port, an Ethernet port, and the Kensington lock. Also, here's something interesting that I noticed. See, just beside the port itself, the maximum speed is written. This is very helpful, so you don't need to memorize which port is which color and all that complex USB mathematics. USB forum if you are listening. The only thing is that there is no micro SD or SD card slot, considering this is meant for business professionals. So a lot of security cameras, dash cam, or even cameras have an SD card. So it's very neat to just plug it in, copy files, or dump all the data. But besides this, I've been writing my video scripts on this laptop, and I must say the typing experience here is pretty good. Now, here's a personal experience. I usually have oily fingers, but see, even if I'm writing for a long time, there are no stains on the keyboard. Besides this, the key travel is nice, and also it is backlit. And here's a nice little touch. You can mute the system audio and microphone via these keys, and it even has a small LED indicator to show you that these things are on mute. And this is a huge feature and kind of a lifesaver during video calls. Personally, when we go live on SNL, it takes a lot of time to fix the audio, and then you finally find out Mrinal is on mute. Also, since there is no dedicated numpad key here, the keys are bigger and spacious, so there are very less chances of you missing the keystroke. All in all, if you're someone who writes a lot, then you won't be disappointed. Plus, you also get a sufficiently big trackpad, and it is smooth. It supports multi-touch and all the Windows gestures. Now, coming to the main thing, performance, things are a bit fascinating here. Like, I've been using this as my daily driver, writing documents, watching videos, surfing the web, and all of that, and there was no lag or as such. Now, I even edited few photos on it using multiple layers, and the performance was fine. That being said, there is a big but over here. See, the variant that we have here is the Ryzen 7. For those of you who don't know, AMD has Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, and then Ryzen 9. Higher number is equal to more performance. And you'll be like, yeah, it has Ryzen 7, it has higher performance. Well, hang on. There is another division. If the CPU has U in the name, then it is optimized for battery. If it has H, then it is optimized for performance. This right here is the Ryzen 7 7735U CPU. So if I run the Cinebench R23, it gives a score of around 9100, which is like a decent score. We even ran the Geekbench 6, and here too the laptop scored around 6781 in multi-score. Again, decent score. Also, this is not a gaming laptop, so I won't even try gaming on it. Business professionals are busy, they don't game. Now, if there's one aspect if I wish was better, is the display. Like, let me explain. So this is a 14-inch 1080p display. You get an anti-glare coating, so even if you have a strong light, like suppose this studio light behind me, still you see there is no reflection on the display. And surprisingly, this is also a touch screen. Like, I have not seen an anti-glare laptop with a touch screen, meaning the smudges and fingerprint marks will be less visible. Like, I think everyone should copy this idea. And the touch response also is pretty quick. Having said that, the brightness and overall color reproduction of the laptop could have been better. Like, I was watching Batman on this and it didn't feel that punchy. You know what I mean. Now, I know you'll be like, come on Pratik, this laptop is meant for professionals. They don't have the time to watch videos all day. Agreed, but at this price, other competitions are giving OLED laptops with similar specs. And that's not it. The speakers are placed at the bottom. Like, have a listen to this. There's not much bass, and if you place the laptop on a couch or sofa, then the sound is also muffled. All in all, I was hoping the media watching experience on this laptop could have been better. Now, coming to battery, and this is where things take a turn for the good again. Like, in around 70% brightness doing normal stuff, I was getting 8 to 9 hours of battery life. So the Ryzen CPU and the Zen 3 Plus cores here are optimized for battery. And like I said before, you can charge it via the Type-C port using any PD charger, in fact any 65 watt PD charger. So yeah, that was our take on the all-new HP ProBook 445 G11. And to answer the question, which is the best laptop for business professionals? Well, it actually depends on your requirements. If you want a lightweight laptop with good battery life and good performance in terms of multitasking, day-to-day stuff, all of that, then you can look into the HP ProBook 445 G11. Just remember to use histogram file photo editing. Now, we are not exactly sure about the price here, but the Ryzen 5 variant of this laptop should start from around 60,000. So let us know, if you had 60,000, what would be most important for you in a laptop? OLED display or powerful CPU? Comment below, and there is a really good video coming up for all the video editors out there. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.